Hello, everyone, and welcome to Meow Mix, the Carolina Panthers podcast. My name is Steven,
My name is Jerry.
and we are back the week before the Super Bowl
I know.
to do a mock draft.
I know.
Now, Jerry, I don't know too much about these college whippersnappers yet. I know a little bit of research. I could probably give you a handful of guys in the first round that I would want, but after that, this is going to be an adventure.
Yeah, I haven't done nearly as much draft prep as I usually do. Last year I didn't do much at all because, well,
It's still January.
yeah, it's still January, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
last year I was just so downbeaten on the season that I couldn't bring myself to do it. But this year, I'm feeling good. I've done some research on some guy like lower, second, third round guys
Yeah.
that I'm kind of eyeing. You know.
Okay.
Uh,
I've got positions in mind.
Yeah.
I've done a couple of mock drafts, but nothing. This podcast for me is going to kind of kick off my draft research. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what I'm using it for.
Yes. And we're gonna do our draft profiles like we always do. I personally love doing them because I get a feel for the player a little bit better by watching some highlights, reading the scouting reports and stuff like that. So
And it's another one of those years where we're going to have to look at 4, 5, 6 different positions because they're all in play.
all in play.
They're all in play.
Speaking of play, before we really kind of start off, I mean, I know the obvious edge is a need that you feel desperate for.
Sure.
I know, me too. What is going besides edge? What would you say is a top position of need?
I would put edge and interior defensive line right up there. I would put, corner up there if like a great one happens to be in our area. I would put wide receiver up there. Again, this is before free agency, so we don't know, what moves could be made between now and the draft. But I mean, almost anything outside of like running back and quarterback, I would be open to.
Yeah.
Outside of special teams.
Yeah, I mean, running back too, late rounds. If you get a guy in the
Sure,
fifth or sixth
I'm talking first. Yeah, I'm talking first, second, third round. My philosophy, as we've talked about many times, fifth round on lottery picks. I don't care what position. Take guys who could blow up. I would never draft for need fifth round.
No, fifth,
ever.
sixth, seventh round. In my opinion, you should draft either guys that will make the team because they're going to improve your special teams, like legit special team guys who are that good. Or like you said, a guy who has it, who didn't put it together in college, maybe due to coaching or something, or injuries or something. Yeah, that maybe he can make it happen.
Just those guys that have one or two great things they do, but 5 or 6 things that they really need to work on.
Yeah,
those are the guys that I would look for.
An Amari Barno, even though he didn't pan out, that's the type of guy you want to. Amari Barno is super fast and has that speed rush. Unfortunately, he's not good on the run defense, and they don't trust him out there because of that.
He hasn't put the rest of it together yet, but I would absolutely target a running back, in the 5th, 6th round of this draft if I'm the Panthers. They should not, I don't think, sign one in free agency, right? I don't think that there's a need for that. They could either just keep Miles Sanders, or I would draft a guy. So I'm going to go into this draft thinking that they are going to probably not have Miles Sanders for next season.
Yeah, and we plan on doing a GM episode too, where we play GM, and there's some GM simulators out there that we can release Ian Thomas finally for you.
Yes.
Before we start our draft, please check our store, tpublic/user Meow Mix Podcast. We have these little designs here. I am adding the number 9 Reaper jersey that I have created, and I have a couple more in my mind that I gotta finish making. But now,
by the way, for the podcast listeners, Jerry put a put the website up on the screen. What is that website one more time, Jerry?
It's tpublic.com / it says user / Meow Makes Podcast, but I don't know if that's
Yeah.
the landing
I'm
page
sure.
or if that's just
Yeah.
mine.
I think, yeah. Well, either way, we'll put the link in the show notes and on the YouTube notes, so you can find it there.
Yeah, and they offer like sweatshirts and other things too. T-shirts, but all right. Let's get going. Quick tidbit about this mock draft. We will not be accepting trades or trading at all. We will be going straight by the Panthers pick, and we will be doing 7 rounds. I wish I would have put the soundbite for the NFL draft in here so I could go doo-doo-doo.
Yeah. We will do a mock draft where we're doing trades.
Yep.
So, just not this one.
All right. Like I said, I'm going to reject all these. First pick was Shedeur Sanders, Abdul Carter at number 2, Cameron Ward at number 3, Tet McMillan, number 4, Travis Hunter at 5, Mason Graham, defensive tackle at 6, and Nick Garden at number 7. Oh man,
Yeah, this I don't like the way this
this is like worst case scenario for us.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah, we're kind of looking at Michael Williams, edge out of Georgia. Of course, there's that running back Ashton Gentry, which we're not
that's not
interested in there. Will Johnson, corner out of Michigan.
James Pierce Jr., edge out of Tennessee. Honestly, in my eyes, it's between Mikael Williams and Will Johnson, cornerback, because safety. I'm sorry, I don't see going safety on this roster right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about that safety. Malachi Starks from Georgia. Dynamic defensive playmaker, excelling in coverage while also being one of the nation's top tacklers. Ability to crash the box and disrupt plays makes him a versatile weapon on defense, capable of impacting offensively. I mean, if he's, top 2 or 3 safety in the league after a couple of years, that's a great pick. Jamal Adams type, but I just don't know if that's who he is.
Yeah,
right?
I just think the other positions of edge and cornerback kind of trump safety in my eyes. I feel like you could get a decent safety in free agency. I mean, off the street nowadays.
Ideally here. Go ahead. Let's read about Michael Williams.
Michael Williams is a 6'5", 265 edge rusher, combines elite size, speed, agility, power, making him a strong contender for a top 10 pick. His athleticism and dynamic play style sets him apart. Refining his pass rush technique and converting pressures into production will be key to unlocking his full potential.
Well, he's big.
He's big.
He's big. I don't love the converting pressures into production because that reminds me a lot of Brian Burns, who just never seemed to, he'd get to the quarterback 30 times a season, but would only get him down 9. But go ahead and X out of that. I think ideally here, right, Abdul Carter, if he happens to fall, I don't think he will.
No, I don't.
That's your number 1 edge. Mason Graham, that defensive tackle out of Michigan, would probably be my number 2.
Same.
And it's possible that he falls. And then T-Mac or Travis Hunter, if either one of those guys fell, I would have them 3 and 4, whichever one, honestly. I don't know much about that Nick Scourton guy, edge out of Texas A&M.
He's pretty impressive from what I've seen. I haven't gone full. I'm excited to really dive deep into the players because I'm interested in Scourton, Mikael Williams. Those two, I'm not sure they are 2A, 2B from what I'm reading, but I haven't done enough. So,
so I mean, and by the way, guys, again, this is our very first mock draft. Neither one of us have looked too much into these players. So if you came here looking for deep analysis, you're not going to get it. This is just kind of us looking at the guys who we should be looking at, essentially. Let's look at Will Johnson here. Will Johnson has the size, skill, and instincts of a shutdown NFL corner. 6'2", 202 pounds, elite physical tools, competitiveness, patience, high football IQ. And some injuries in 2024. I mean, I kind of like that idea, honestly.
Going Will.
But Michael Williams, however his name is pronounced.
Yeah, I could go with either
Edge
one
is
of them.
Edge is just such a massive need for us.
But would pairing Will Johnson also alleviate the stress of re-signing J.C. Horn?
So you would think that if we drafted Will Johnson, maybe they don't re-sign J.C.
I'm saying that it holds a little bit more ability
They're not as
to
desperate.
to sign J.C. Horn. Because if J.C. Horn walks right now after this year, we're in trouble. Now, as much as I hate saying it like this, but Wanham and Cloudy are here. They are not the premier future. But I don't know if Michael Williams is that guy. Right now, I haven't done enough research on him.
Yeah. You know that we're not going to sign a premier free agent pass rusher.
Yeah.
We're just not going to.
No.
So the only way that we can get a real game changer for this season at edge would be to draft one, and I would even say draft one in the first round. Because, second round on, you're getting guys with major questions.
Michael
you
Williams
can still find guys. You can find guys, but Michael Williams would be my choice here.
Okay. I kind of agree with you, but I wanted to make it interesting.
Yeah, I like the thought. Yeah.
And I like Will Johnson. I wouldn't hate him coming here. I do think he's going to be a really good corner. Unfortunately.
In this mock, he goes 13 to Miami.
Yeah. Right now, Ashton Gentry went to Houston. That was interesting.
25th.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what? That'd actually be a great pick for Houston because Mixon kind of completely died. Midway through the season, it seemed like once he got hurt, he just never came back. But that'd be a great pick for them.
Kyle Kennard went at 43. I really like him. If you do some trade backs and kind of like target that front of the second round area. Oh, we're finally coming up.
What do you think about the Panthers trading back in the first round in this draft?
I think it really depends on who's on the board. I think we just listed.
If it felt like what it just felt like.
Yeah, I would be okay dropping back a few spots, either getting Johnson a little later or Michael. So even that Tennessee kid. I mean.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't think I'd want to trade back too terribly far, like into the 20s. But I wouldn't mind trading back into like the mid-teens and maybe picking up an extra second-round pick or, I guess even if you trade even further back, you could potentially pick up a first next year. But I do think we're in a really good spot to trade back.
I don't know.
That's the decision.
See, I've heard that this draft is not that stocked with first-round talent.
But top 10 picks are always in demand. Right?
If a quarterback, if Cam Ward or Shador falls to us, I would definitely see us being able to trade it.
Yeah.
Someone's going to want a quarterback.
That would be terrible. I think that'd be one of the worst case scenarios if one of those guys fell, because that just means that, extra picks that we could take are being taken before us. So we need both of those guys to go before us.
All right.
And ideally Gentry as well.
Yeah. Looking at, what is that clicking noise?
I don't know.
Sound like there was a clicking noise on the headset. Sorry, podcast listeners. And pick number 57 here, where we don't need a tight end. Trey Harris from Ole Miss, wide receiver. Deion Walker, defensive tackle. Let's just straight up go to the defensive tackle. Ooh, I love his size.
6'7", 340. Big boy.
Big guy. Deion Walker is an intriguing interior defensive lineman. That's where I want to play him. Impressive length and natural pass rushing ability. While his height can affect head level, yeah, that makes sense, he holds up well against contact and uses his hands effectively to create pressure. Though not the most explosive athlete. I mean, 6'7", 340. Who is? His relentless style makes him disruptive force. Consistency and a motor will be key to unlocking his full potential, but his upside as a pressure. I like it.
Pass rusher.
Pass rusher. Yeah.
Let's look at.
I like that guy.
Let's look at the Ohio State kid, JT Tuimalu.
6'5", 269, so he's a little leaner pass
He's an edge,
rusher.
though.
Yeah.
He's an edge.
Is a jack of all trades with an impressive frame and explosiveness while underwhelming at pass rusher. No, I am just stopping there.
Well, we did draft an edge in the first round. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Right now we're looking at more edges.
Barrett Carter, linebacker out of Clemson. I would not hate going interior linebacker early in the draft. Not first pick, but second round or so.
Yeah. Says he excels at coverage, adept at reading windows, lanes. I mean, that sounds very much like a player we could use. Linebacker out of Clemson. I guess eligible last year, said he came back to school. So, I mean, I kind of like that. Gets that extra year. Maybe a little older, but that's all right. Let's look at, let's see. Let's look at that corner.
Yeah,
from Iowa State.
Darian Porter.
Feels like there's always an Iowa State corner who is like, you know, in these mocks is going in the top 50, 60, but is always available in like the fourth round. I wonder if this is going to be the guy.
Darian Porter is dynamic and versatile athlete with exceptional speed and fluidity. Having made a transition from wide receiver to DB while in college, his elite burst and top-end speed allow him to cover significant ground. Porter's background as a receiver means he has ball tracking skills, blah, blah, blah. His length and agility add to his upside, particularly in contested situations. He needs to refine his technique, both in terms of playing cornerback and tackling. Ugh.
Raw athleticism.
Yeah,
High ceiling player with exciting something. Upside, I would imagine that's what it says. Yeah, 6'2", 197, so he's a big corner, tall corner.
And our defensive coordinator loves big guys. Like,
25 years old.
oh, all right. Bye.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I keep hitting my, I got a new pop filter for my mic because I could hear myself breathing, and I would have to like go in and edit the podcast, edit YouTube if you hear me breathing, sorry, but and I keep hitting it with my finger. That might be what the tapping thing you heard earlier was, but hey, sorry about that. Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't love the corner.
I don't want a 25-year-old raw corner. I mean, honestly,
yeah.
I'm leaning.
You like the DT?
I like Barrett Carter, man.
Oh, you like the linebacker? Okay.
I like the linebacker more, but
I'm fine with that actually. You know, we drafted, of course, Trevin Wallace, but who knows if Shaq Thompson is going to come back healthy, you know, or if he does, how long he's going to last, if he's even going to be on the team. So yeah, I like going linebacker. So all defense so far.
Yeah, I don't think either one of those guys would be that bad of a pick. I mean, you're boasting the linebacking core here who has good instincts, good in the pass game. I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
All right, third round pick, number 74 here. Oh, we've still got that Ohio State edge rusher.
I mean, now what?
Tuimalu. Yeah.
I mean, we're now looking at third round for a guy that is 6'5", 269, who's a jack of all trade, explosive.
Yeah. Again, I don't know enough about him to know if this is good value. We're really only going by the rankings here on this one website. So, again, we've already drafted two defensive players, one lineman. Let's see who else we got. Let me look at this Iowa State wide receiver, Jaden Higgins.
6'4", 217. Wow. Big guy.
Big guy.
Elite skills this season,
Skinny
racking up 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns, known for his exceptional catch radius, sharp route running, and short area quickness. Higgins is likely a day 2 draft pick and key playmaker.
He sounds a lot like Coker to me, honestly.
Bigger.
Right? Yeah, bigger than like a bigger Coker, which isn't bad. Let me look at the next one. Jalen Royals, wide receiver at Utah State.
I've heard some good things about him at the Senior Bowl.
One of the most talented receivers in college football. Did have a season-ending foot injury.
We're not dropping him on the list despite his injury. A star for Utah State. Royals has dominated over the past 2 seasons, excelling even amid.
Quarterback
And like I said, I
inconsistencies.
heard today, I was looking up Senior Bowl stuff, and he was the standout.
Yeah.
Him and
I mean, I like getting a guy with, first, maybe second round talent who drops only because he got hurt. And again, third round, so it's not like if you miss, it's the worst possible thing in the world. Who else do you want to look at here?
Omar Norman Lott, defensive tackle, 6'3", 315. Well, he's labeled at 6'5", 335, I guess in Tennessee's. A rare blend of size, power, and agility, former 4-star recruit. Explosive quickness with exceptional strength to dominate leverage battles. His surprising flexibility in refined hand fighting. Excuse me, I got some hiccups here. Skills make him a natural fit for the NFL. Ooh, that's...
Is he a little short for a DT? He's 6'3".
No, I think that's pretty normal.
That's about normal size.
Yeah.
Well, I look at that and they say 6'5", so he's somewhere between 6'3" and 6'5". This is Well, PFF, hurry up and get your
Stuff together.
your summaries and stuff going because I don't want to use you. I mean, I like the sound of that. Again, we're basing these on these short little paragraphs, but and that was the DT out of Tennessee, Norman Lott.
To be fair, I know a little bit more about him, and I really do like him, but I also I would go either one of these. I think in the third round is a solid pick, whether it's Jalen Royals or Omar Norman Lott. I think Royals is going to give you something a little bit different than what we currently have, but
but he's only 5'11". Which we've seen many wide receivers of that size have success in the NFL. So that's not, it's just more of what we have.
I'm fine going defensive tackle too, unless you want to look at another guy.
Well, I mean, we've got Leggett, who's big. I think Coker's probably.
I think he's
6'1",
like 6'1", 6'2", yeah.
Yeah. So maybe a small kind of speedy guy. No, let's go with the defensive tackle. The defense was such a reason we lost games last year. I don't mind going 3 picks in a row.
I mean, honestly,
the defense.
I really like this. Michael Williams, who I have questions about, but again, we're not trading or anything like that. Barrett Carter in the second round, mid-second round, for a good coverage linebacker and a guy with good instincts, good size. Yep. And then a big defensive tackle, Omar Norman, who has good ability. So I'm not hating it.
No, but, and seeing how this has kind of come together, the smart thing to have done for us would have been to trade back at 8, I think. Pick up another early second rounder maybe, but
we made the rule that we're not trading in this one.
Yeah, right. And I think we've improved the team.
Yeah. I mean, so far. All right. Pick number 110. We have Jalen Reed, safety, at the top of the board. I'm fine getting a safety. I just didn't want it pick number 8. Jalen Reed is a physical and instinctive safety with a well-rounded skill set. So lets him contribute in all phases of the game. He excels in run support, demonstrating strong tackling ability to come downhill aggressively. In coverage, Reed has range to patrol deep zones and awareness to... does this guy have anything bad? However, his high football IQ and leadership on the field make him a dependable...
Well, the sentence before that, so his aggressiveness can sometimes work against him, by overcommitting both in the run game and coverage. So I'm guessing he gives up some big plays here and there. That would be his downside. But hey, we've had corners like that before.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot like Dante Jackson to me.
All right. We have another safety here. Do you want to look at another defensive tackle?
No.
No, I don't either.
Let's look at safeties.
Coming
It
soon.
seems like a lot of safeties. Ooh, Billy Bowman coming soon. Awesome. Let's look at. Is that a center down there? Jared Wilson, Georgia.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Okay, so I think we've reached the portion of the of the program where we're basically just going to be picking based on position. Because
Hold on. I have some of this. I have some of this. I had a feeling we were going to run into this. So give me 1 second. Who am I looking for? Jared Wilson. Wilson would have been. Well, of course you got to move. Wilson would have been starting at most schools, but he was a rotational backup during his 23 season. In 2024, Wilson should take over as a starting center. Wow, they did not update this at a.
That does not fill me with confidence. Let's look at Billy Bowman. Look at Billy Bowman.
Billy Bowman, safety.
That was the other safety we were looking at from Oklahoma. Oklahoma. Oh, Oklahoma. I'm going to Oklahoma in a couple weeks.
I'm sorry.
Tallahena, Oklahoma. Shout out Tallahena, Oklahoma.
No.
Just to recap, we were at PEC 110 here, and we've run out of summaries.
And Walter Football wants me to sign up to get information.
Yeah. Well, we're in the 4th round. So I don't mind. We do have kind of back-to-back picks here. We've got pick 110, and then we've got pick 113.
Billy Bowman is not a big safety, but he makes up for it with impressive instincts and ball skills. In 2023, recorded 6 interceptions, 4 pass defended, and 63 tackles. In 2022, he had 61 tackles and 3 interceptions. So
6 interceptions is a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
like
it sounds like he has really good. I mean,
but he's undersized safety.
Yeah, 5'10",
190,
5'10", 194. He could be a. It says that he could be a nickel corner or a hybrid safety.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
There's also Sebastian Castro here that's available.
Iowa, another Iowa guy. Yeah, right now, feels like Jalen Reed might be the guy.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna pick him. Yeah, let's go Jalen Reed.
Yeah, I
am
too. Castro's way down on those
safety out
levels.
of Penn State. And now we're back again.
Okay.
So we've got.
So we got a safety now. Let's.
We got a safety. Let's check out. Let's see. Check out that offensive guard down there, Alabama, all the way at the end. Number 118, Jaden Roberts.
Coming soon.
Anything on him? 6'5", 316 though. So big guard. I wouldn't mind drafting an offensive line.
Oh no,
lineman in this
especially
draft.
a tackle. I want a tackle depth because right now I don't think we have any. And then you also got to think Taylor Moton's getting up there in year. I mean, you gotta prep for the end.
Yeah. So there's a offensive tackle there from NC State, Anthony Belton.
I am pulling. Yeah, give me 1 second.
You want to check out another NC State tackle? How do we feel about that? I don't know. I don't know if he's a left tackle or a right tackle either.
Belton put together a good 2023 season for the Wolfpack, helping his draft standing in NFL teams, things showing next level ability. To go along with his big size, Belton has enough quickness and athleticism to remain an edge blocker in the NFL. Team sources said they had a 3rd round grade on Belton in 2024 season draft, but he decided to come back. So,
okay. Well, 3rd round grade. We're in the 4th round. I don't mind taking our first offensive player here.
I want to check out that Trey Weddick guy real quick.
Trey Weddick.
Yeah, he's right up here at 107. He's slightly a higher.
I didn't see him. Yeah, Trey Weddick. Indiana. Indiana University, a Hoosier.
Oh, well, we're gonna go with Anthony Belton because there's no information on Trey Whittick.
Okay. Yeah, offensive tackle here in the fourth round. Again, like Jerry said, the depth there I think is going to be important here. If it not this year, then certainly within the next couple of years. We're not 100% sold on Icky, and I don't know if Belton was a. I didn't even see if he was a left tackle or right tackle, but either way, you need backups at both of those positions here. So
Yeah.
not.
I mean, hopefully, in that late, you're hoping that he falls can play a little bit of both. All right.
Yeah.
Let's look here. Pick
Right,
number
fifth
141.
round.
Now, I feel like this is where we're really just gonna kind of get anybody and everybody that we like. I mean, I'm being
Yeah.
honest.
Again, I like fifth round on, just drafting people with high upside, people with, who are big and physical or super fast or, whatever the case is. So, again, we're not going to have a ton of information here, I don't think. But I'm looking at let's finally maybe pick a wide receiver.
Okay, let's look at the
Right.
wide receivers here.
Or running back, yeah.
I was gonna say I know a little bit about Phil Maffei from running back out of Clemson.
Maffei?
Yeah. Ricky White. First of all, that name just
Ricky White.
Ricky White. Wide receiver, UNLV, 6 foot, 179. Not the biggest frame, but built on his 1,400 yard 8 touchdown 2023 campaign, flashing speed and vertical playmaking to draw serious NFL draft attention. Operating in a go-go offense, White's ability to manipulate space and run crisp routes had stood out. His athleticism and elite speed make him likely still on.
I like elite speed.
Elite speed! I am all on that for this team.
I like elite speed.
I don't even know if I want to keep looking, but yes.
Yeah. Well, let's look at Mafa, like you were talking about, the running back out of Clemson.
He's a physical north-south style and sturdy frame, make him a strong short yardage option for the NFL. However, concerns about his speed and quickness between the tackles could impact his draft stock during the pre-draft evaluations. He's not a fast guy, but he's gonna get you those tough yards.
He's gonna get you those, yeah.
And I kind of like the idea of being able to both use Chuba to pound it and everybody else. Hold on, guys. So that is why I'd be okay with Phil Maffa as a pick, but he's not my first pick. First,
I wouldn't mind like a running back like that, just because we're not going to have any Bryce Young QB sneak tush push type offense here. So a bowling ball type, if that's what this guy is, 6 feet 238. I think he'd need to be more like 250 to be the Tolbert right style running back. But yeah, I agree. That didn't sell me on him.
I like the guy. Like I said, but elite speed in this in round 4 for Bryce would be something I think that we just need to go with.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think
Ricky White.
Yeah. I think we
White
can
out of
keep
UNLV.
working on everything else.
Yeah. Well, we got another pick coming up right here. Pick number 147. We're racking up these late round picks here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So we've got Malachi Moore, safety out of Alabama. Kylie Minogue, running back out of Rutgers. Let's see. Raheem Sanders. Oh, you think that's Barry Sanders' son? Running back out of Southern California.
South Carolina.
Hopefully it's not Miles Sanders' son.
There's also a center right here, Jonah Monaghan, out of USC.
Center,
Let's look at him. Coming soon. Let me try to pull him up on another website here.
Yeah, again, I always feel like there's USC offensive linemen, around this part of the draft.
I mean, because
I never know anything about them.
Well, I mean, USC. I mean, I hate saying
Yeah,
it like
yeah,
that, but USC here is just not talked about.
yeah. There's
Now,
another center down there, Jake Majors out of Texas. Maybe we look at him as well.
okay. Uh, Real quick, NFLDraftBuzz.com. Looking at that now, he's 22 years old. This is not an easy one. This is a really thick draft scouting. Plus athlete for position, showcasing excellent movement and skill with decent speed. Technician in pass pro, demonstrating elite hand placement and mirror ability. Scouting report weaknesses. There's a lot of good about his agility. Lacks ideal bulk for an NFL lineman. Raising concerns about anchor against an NFL nose tackles. Run blocking lacks significant behind pass pro skills. So I don't hate it.
But again,
I
fifth
don't.
round.
I was gonna say I don't hate it for fifth round. You're gonna bulk him up in an NFL strength and conditioning room. So not hating that guy.
Yeah, yeah. What was his height? His measurables? How tall is he?
6'5", 310.
That seems pretty big,
I mean,
right? That seems pretty big for a center.
I don't.
6'5" center.
Are you getting on the Bryce height thing again?
No, I'm just saying, like, you have to bulk that up. Like, that just seems pretty big already.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. I mean, for offensive linemen, they got to bulk up. All right.
Yeah.
Jake Majors is 6'3", 315. Does that suit you better?
No, I like that less.
All right. Stone wall in pass protection, neutralizing interior rushers with exceptional technique.
Stone wall.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Road grader in the run game.
Road grader.
Yeah. Lacks prototypical NFL size.
Little short, I think.
Yeah. Struggling to anchor against big nose tackles at the next level. Tendency to rely on his upper body, lower body strength needs development. I kind of like Jack Majors more, even though he's a little smaller.
I mean, he's a brick wall and a road grader.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Okay.
I mean, I kind of like him just for the description. Let's do him. Yeah. I mean, here, center in the 5th round with high upside. Sure.
Yeah.
Even if he's a backup, you always need a backup offensive lineman.
Exactly. I 100% agree with that. This Elijah Roberts is falling in our draft here. Oh, and he goes. Now.
Kylie Minogue just got drafted too.
The top player
back here at 164.
The top player on our board now is Brashard Smith.
Running back.
5'9", 195. Yeah, let me look him up.
Yeah, got another running back there, Corey Kiner.
Yeah.
Got a guard, corner, another running back. 4 running backs here on our page.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we're bottom of the 5th round here. Go ahead.
5'10", 196 for Brashard Smith. Real quickly, he explosive acceleration, elite top end speed, consistently outrunning defenders, natural hands for a receiver background, exceptional vision in space, demonstrating be a successful kick returner, quick twitch athlete. So you know what's going to be his negatives, right?
It's got to be size, right?
Yeah, undersized frame. And pass protection technique needs significant refinement. So this guy's going to be a kick returner / a third down type of running back that can catch the ball out of the backfield.
So he's Raheem Blackshear.
Raheem Blackshear is... yeah, I mean, right now, that's where I would put him. Raheem Blackshear.
But maybe with more speed upside.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
Exactly. Just a little bit faster, maybe. And you never know. I mean, he's also 21 years old. So he could be.
And we've seen smaller running backs have success in the league before. And, like you said, NFL weight room, you bulk them up, put another 15 pounds of muscle on them. he suddenly looks like a different player. So
Yeah.
I know running back here wouldn't hurt me.
Uh,
Anybody else you're
oh,
interested
I'm
in?
just gonna go down another one here.
Yeah.
Corey Kiner. This is kind of what ends up happening. How I start doing some draft stock or knowledge.
Hmm. Yeah.
5'9", 210, all around draft workhorse back they call him. Exceptional vision, quick, decisive cuts, low center of gravity, and compact frame. Demonstrates good burst to hit holes. Now weaknesses: lacks elite
Size.
long speed, below average size for the position, limited involvement in the pass game.
So not much in. You're not going to get much out of him in the receiving game. It sounds like.
Yeah, he is just a between the tackles back. It sounds like, and
Yeah. Is he about the same size as the other? I forget what the height of or
the other
height
guy
weight of
was
the first
an
snake was.
inch shorter or inch
Okay.
taller. So,
Okay. Okay.
and another running back. We're just gonna go running back here, guys. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. There's
Sure.
just everybody else's running backs right around here, and I think this is a
Are you
good
looking
spot.
at the Oregon one?
Yeah,
Jordan James.
Jordan
All right.
James, workhorse back. 40 time to be expected is a 4.4, so he's got some speed
Okay.
on him.
Okay.
Plus vision and patience as a runner, explosive first step, immediate acceleration, hits hold with authority, and gets north-south quickly. Good strength, 3-down potential with soft hands out of the backfield. Can be a weapon on swing passes and screens. High and tight cover ball carriage. Okay. Now
Nice.
weaknesses: lacks frame.
What
Raw
was his height measurements?
5'10", 210, just like the other guy.
Okay. So yeah.
Limited tread on tires. Lacks experience as a primary back. Can be too reliant on blocking scheme. Needs to improve ability to create when plays break down. I like him the most, honestly.
That's interesting. Yeah. It sounds like he's got
He's
a
more
good floor, maybe. Right.
yeah, and I think a good backup for Chuba, because as much as I want Jordan Brooks to come back and he's not come
Jonathan
back
Brooks.
next year, but the year after that
Yeah.
to be that guy. I don't. 2 ACL injuries back to back like that is scary.
Oh yeah. I don't think we can count on him to be the guy anymore. I mean, at least not for 2 seasons. But what about? Let's look at the last one there. Jarquez Hunter, out of Auburn,
I thought you
SEC
stuttered there
running
when you
back.
said Jarquez, and then I read the name, and I
Jarquez.
was like, oh, no, you read that perfect.
Jarquez Hunter.
Little thing here. When I'm reading these, I feel like I'm in elementary school where all the kids are staring at me while I read the page that you're. I used to get
I
so
would
nervous.
love to help you, but I cannot see what you're reading.
Scouting reports. Oh, I forgot to read his size. 5'10", 209. I mean, all these guys are about the
They're
same
all
size.
the same size. Yeah.
Excellent vision. Possesses second gear that allows him to explode through holes and hit second level. Displays ankle-breaking lateral agility. Runs outstanding pad level for short yardage games. Scheme versatile back. Home run threat every time he touches the ball. High football IQ. Weakness: pass protection. Lacks a frame.
They're all the same guy. They're all the same guy.
Production.
It's just, yeah.
Production dipped slightly in his junior year, raising concerns about consistency against top-tier competition. May need to improve ball security to withstand increased physicality.
Okay. I like the guy from Oregon,
Same. That was
Jordan James. Yeah.
reading these. And again, right now we have switched from Pro Football Network's critiques to NFLDraftBuzz.com.
Okay.
It has a lot deeper bios and stuff than
Yeah.
most other places. I kind of like this place, honestly.
Yeah, I've used them, when I like to hit like 4 or 5 different websites when I'm doing research on these guys for our profiles, and just kind of see what everybody's talking about before, watching some film breakdown and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a few different websites that are pretty good.
Yeah.
So we're heading to 229 now, 6th round.
Our last pick.
Big drop. Yeah, big drop from the end of the fifth to the end of the sixth here.
Quick replay.
Actually, it's like the seventh. Sorry. But
Quick recap of our picks so far. Michael Williams, edge, Georgia in the first round. Barrett Carter, linebacker, Clemson in the second. Omar Norman Lott, fourth. And Jalen Reed, safety, Penn State at 110. Anthony Belton, offensive tackle at 113. Yeah, I don't know what round we're in now when I'm naming these off. 141. Ricky White with that elite speed. 147, Jack Majors, center out of Texas. And 164 is Jordan James, running back. And
so we went 4 defensive and 4 offensive, and now
so,
we're gonna break the tie.
no, find a kicker. We're finding a kicker.
I mean, Eddie P. I think Eddie P's gone. Honestly.
Okay, special teams here.
Eddie
Ben
P's gone.
Sauls, Pittsburgh. Oh, they
Right.
actually have a profile on
How
him.
about
I'm reading
that?
it.
He must be. Go ahead.
Ben Sauls has established himself as a dependable kicker for Pittsburgh in 2024. Known for his accuracy and consistency, he has been a reliable asset for the Panthers.
They're the Panthers.
Sauls has also demonstrated a strong leg with impressive range and has maintained a streak of successful extra point attempts over multiple seasons. His reliability makes him one of college football's top kickers. Drafted him! Oh, shit. We got way too much.
I'd be perfectly fine to draft a kicker in the 7th round. I honestly do not care about the 7th round. But I don't like drafting kickers.
Okay, so top guy on the board, Tyler Batty, a fifth-year senior from BYU, 6'5", 269. Yes, edge, sorry. Highly instinctual and physically robust. I should let you read this since I've been reading all the rest.
Highly instinctual and physically robust pass rusher, known for his intense awareness and anticipation. Exceptional run defender with a long frame and powerful playing style. He offers NFL teams a reliable and high floor prospect. His mauling mentality, strong foundation, enable him to contribute immediately at the professional level while further developing his pass rushing skills. I like that. I mean, a guy that is already capable of producing in the 7th round.
In that size, that experience, you're looking for a guy that's going to be on this roster 3 years that maybe contribute something. I mean, special teams, that's a must. Get in there. It sounds like he's going to be good up against the run. He's not a pass rusher, but I mean, 7th round.
Yeah, 7th round again. Like anybody here is going to have major problems and probably limited upside. It sounds like this guy has decent upside.
Yeah, he seems like a guy that doesn't have a. He's going to be a solid guy.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like he has the potential to be the elite type of player, but.
And again, he was listed at what, player 203 on the board, so it's not like he's amazing. But all right, well, draft's running out here. Let's see. Let's recap one more time kind of what we got here.
All right. With our 8th pick, the Panthers selected Michael Williams, edge, Georgia. Next pick for the Panthers, number 57, Barrett Carter, linebacker out of Clemson. Number 74 pick, Omar Norman Lott, defensive tackle of Tennessee. Take over while I'm hiccuping.
That's a 3rd round pick there. We had 2 4th round picks. We went with Jalen Reed, safety out of Penn State, with our first one at 110, and then 113 was Anthony Belton, an offensive tackle out of NC State. We then had 2 5th round picks, Ricky White, the elite speed wide receiver out of UNLV, and Jake Majors, the center out of Texas, who I believe was a road grader and a brick wall.
Stonewall.
We like
Stonewall.
Those. Stonewall. We like those. 164. This was I think another 5th round pick right at the end. Jordan James, running back out of Oregon. We liked some of the potential 3-down back, things like that. And then the final pick here in the 7th round at 229, Tyler Batty, edge out of BYU, who had a very nice summary.
Yeah,
Like that was very positive for the
especially
seventh round
for
pick.
yeah, exactly. I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
So
And
there we
that's
go.
it. So I would give us an A.
Me too. 100% A. Uh,
I mean, we addressed the major issues on the roster.
I mean, yeah, I think those first four picks are
Yeah.
really beneficial. I think that Jalen Reed pick would end up being beneficial later on, hopefully, if
Yeah.
not right away.
Yeah.
Then you're
I'm not
looking at
not
depth.
a totally sure about Anthony Belton there. I need to do some research on him. I have a feeling he's going to show up around that area in a lot of mock drafts, so I need to look at him. I'm not sure about that one. I really like the Ricky White pick. I really like the Jordan James pick. Um,
Jake
later in
Majors,
the
I
draft
thought
there.
was a good pick too. I think it's just he
Yeah,
got it
yeah,
bulked up. I mean,
yeah,
NFL,
yeah.
welcome.
So maybe the actual players who were available at the positions weren't my favorite, but the positions that we picked, I feel like are. I'd be very happy if that's kind of what it ends up with on draft night
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean,
at this point.
we didn't even like the way it fell to us in the first
Yeah,
round, so I thought we were gonna be. I was gonna be upset, to be honest with you, with the way it
yeah,
turns out. But I did end up liking the just staying still and going for what we had there.
yeah. And maybe we do this again in a few weeks, and it's Will Johnson instead of Michael Williams that we take in the first. After doing some research. So this was fun. This was a fun exercise. Again, both of us coming in here pretty much blind, or me very blind. You maybe with a little bit of sight, but uh, I
I,
did
I
learn quite a bit.
I'm
Got
still
some
weird,
names in my head now.
and that's what it does. Oh, when we were
Yeah,
doing the running backs, how we just start going down the list. That's how I start reading up on
yeah,
guys and watching highlights and stuff like that.
yeah.
I'm a big fit, like draft nerd type of thing.
Draft nerd.
Draft nerd. All right. Any
All right.
thoughts before we dip out here?
Nope. This might be the last time we talk before the Super Bowl
Mm.
on the podcast. So Philadelphia, KC, who you got?
I can't go against Mahomes, man. I,
Yeah,
if
same.
you put if I was making a bet, I would go Kansas City. I'm kind of pulling for the Eagles, but at the same time, Patrick Mahomes is so special.
Yeah, it's I don't mind rooting for greatness. Towards the end of Brady, like I was kind of rooting for Brady towards the end, and not while he was with the Bucks because I hate the Bucks, but I was rooting for Brady individually, and I'm kind of there with Mahomes. But I really don't want to see KC win again. But I can't stand Philadelphia either.
Well, I have I have a few friends that are Eagles fans, and that's why I'm
Yeah,
kind of pulling for them. But
yeah,
I if I didn't have friends pulling for the Eagles, I think I would be definitely pulling for the Chiefs, just because I agree. I
yeah.
what can you say about Mahomes right now? Like if he wins this what four
It'd be
Super Bowl
four. Yeah,
rings in 7 years of starting?
no losses. Super Bowl,
Like it's just
I think.
insane.
Pretty sure.
I thought he lost to Brady, and
Not well.
that
That would be the AFC Championship. Oh no, no, no.
yeah,
You're right. You're right.
the one
Yeah. I think
Tampa
you're right.
Bay's
Yeah.
Super Bowl recently. So
Yeah. Just edit that part out. Yeah. No. Yeah.
no one's listening at this point, anyways.
I'm gonna go Casey as well.
Okay.
I think they're gonna win. Yeah.
Uh,
That'll do it.
all right. We want to thank everyone for listening. If you like the show, please let your friends know. Please follow us on Twitter at MeowMixPodcast. If you have any questions or comments, you can email us at mailbag@meowmixpodcast.com. If you leave us a 5-star review with a comment on Apple Podcasts, we'll read it on the show. Please like and subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll probably be back after the Super Bowl. Just I don't know what we'll do. We'll have to figure something out.
No, I want to do the GM simulator, and then we're
GM
gonna
simulator.
then
We'll
we're gonna start
draft
hitting
profiles.
the yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll do the fun dress or GM thing, and then I want to try to do. Let's try to find one where I can get my son on. He's been asking over and over. So let's try to find kind of a fun segment for him to.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Yeah.
Not like I'll think about it. I'll think about a fun segment for him.
Yeah. Same. Okay. All right. Well, until we're back, everybody, stay safe out there and keep pounding. Gummy was going to my head a little bit. I only had one left, so I only took one tonight, but kind of